An NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New England Patriots. This will be taken in at the 1. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Hands up. Right there. 56. Pick it up, guys.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And they're going to go jet sweep here. This is Ross with it. They find some open field here. A big play there for Cincinnati. 43 yards on the ground. So they dig a little deeper in the playbook there, get the wide receiver the ball, running it, and it proves fruitful.
Love the call. When you've got a guy who has running back skills, you want him to touch the ball as well, not just out wide where you throw it to him. Make sure you hand it to him or toss it to him and let him go to work.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd and 5 now. Dalton toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Deron Harmon right there on the coverage.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense, but in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, excellent job, way to knock it down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A throw complete to Dorsett. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Bravo. 150.
Play action. Now it's Brady. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the 1st.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
72. Check. Lucky.
Brady now on 1st down. And Dwayne Allen on the ground. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That'll be a New England 1st down, a gain of 12.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
You gonna see me in your nightmare. Check 3.
Sony Michel, his first carry. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Defensively, Sam Hubbard, the former Buckeye, there to stop him. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, Alabama. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54.
Brady now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long.
Tight dog. Hey, check it. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. 53 now.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Got a man open, that's Harry. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Oh, yeah, and here we go again. Here we go again. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
They'll turn to Michelle as they go back to the ground. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down. Nice job there on the tackle, keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down. Brady's got his guys 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive.
Go, go, go.
Brady gives to Michelle. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On 2nd down, Michelle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. That's complete to John Ross. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Hands up. Check 56. Drop deep, drop deep. Hands up.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
And a Bengal first down.
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
44. Here you go.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing, Dalton. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Giovanni Bernard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Pats at the line ready to go. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Hey, Delta.
54 is Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54.
Check it, reload.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Wait, set. Ready?
Mike 5-4. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Check 9. Pick the edge. Go.
Check.
Alert.
Fresno.
Rip.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. A swift move and then tackled just on the other side of midfield. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Rip. Hey, Alabama.
Here's Brady to throw. He's got it. The tight end, Allen. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 27-yard line.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing? He was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal 2nd. That would have been fun to watch.
Now Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Rush in. Alert flare.
To throw again. Brady. It's complete. James White. A little little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Hey, set, slide, 20.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you.
Following the penalty, Michelle. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now Brady. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. N'Keal Harry with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point good by Prater, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Second down at the 22-yard line. 3 ball.
Motion. Move.
Throwing again on second down. Dalton. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd, he's going to go. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, 78 yards. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. That's complete to White. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be a second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Go.
Safety's creeping.
Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. They go right back to White here on first down. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Check, check, check.
25, check 25, check 25.
From the 44, Brady is going to float this over the middle deep, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Throwing is Brady on third down. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch 85.
Hey, try 7.
Dalton here from the gun. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That will allow them to disrupt the play.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Dalton, airing one out for Boyd. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Airing one out for Boyd. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Boyd with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
54.
Hey, Charlie.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Don't get nervous.
Check, 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 check. Check 99. Check 99.
Go stand it.
From midfield, here's Brady. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Geno Atkins in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out. On third down, Brady looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Williams. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dalton. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Hey, Echo.
The final act of the first half, Dalton. And this one's incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On second down, it's White. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They're going to go jet sweep here. This is Ross with it. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Easy.
54 Mike. Here we go, D. Here.
Watch this.
Here I come again. Sponge.
Mixon with a first down carry. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Right here.
Again, it's Mixon. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
93, 52, 93, 44. There you go.
Third and 2 for Dalton. Going deep downfield for Ross. He's got it at the 15. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way, just reached up and pulled it in, had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They toss to Mixon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
I got one. Here you go.
93,
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there.
2 by 2. Move.
Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The kick by Maher is good, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Brady now on first down. He's got White here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run there, good for 16 in the first. Now a play fake. Brady. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
To throw is Brady. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And it's second down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. And that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Brady again. Got his man. That's Harry. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Brady, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Brady. Caught by Allen. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete. Darquez Denard there defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Check 52. Hey, check it.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And that will be incomplete.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on third downs, and it's costing them.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right. Up like a pro.
First and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go, clear. 6-6, pull it high.
He's coming, double up.
So Dalton now. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. That goes for a gain of 31. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
On first down, Mixon stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And the Bengals first down.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, but it's going to be 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Kill. Check 50. Check 50.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down.
First and 10 at the 41.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. Kill. Check it.
They'll run on first down. Michelle. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 49-yard line.
73, 72. 54. Hey, 66.
On the ground, Michelle. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. They'll run with Michelle. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going, and a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
W15! 56. I'm coming after you! I'm coming after you!
And they'll indeed take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
You ain't doing nothing today.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And, of course, this win a big one. They can hang their hat on this victory on the road against the defending Super Bowl champs.
And you know how difficult it is for the team that wears the crown because they're going to get everyone's best shot. So let's face it, they circled this game. We're going to go in there and take down the defending Super Bowl champs. This is our opportunity. They're not going to walk out of here with a trophy today, but they will walk out with respect around the league. And to them, that's vitally important.
So for Cincinnati, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, I'll deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damagers. They react and play it back on the camera. High boys, you consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote on the manual. I do weekly what you do on the manual. If you see that decision unanimous, hit dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought they could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash. They slept on the team, now they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's noted in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey, or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the jets, the coach regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic.